Hello, friends. Tiana Smith here with TianaSmithCoaching.com. And welcome to part 3 of my 5-part sequence of how to actually build an extra 6 to 7 figure stream of income in the next 90 days. We're specifically talking about quarter 2 in 2022 and how to set yourself up for massive success. I've been doing a 5-part series. Today is day 3. If you're tuning in, it's okay. Every single session is a standalone session. You are not missing out. If you end up wanting any replays, I will talk to you at the end about replays, about sales calls to action. And we're going to dive in just a minute. Today is power positioning secrets. And what we're talking about is how to actually position yourself on social media and with your online presence to attract, to magnetize high ticket dream clients to you. Type the number 1 in the comments if you could definitely do with some more automated people messaging you who've got cash in hand and actually who don't even ask you for your price tag, because the way you positioned yourself is so powerful that they only want to work with you. This is the kind of positioning I'm talking about. When people come to me and to my clients, they understand we're the only one in our field, the only one who ever was, the only one who ever will be. And actually, if you want to take a minute right now to put in the comments, I am the only one. Put it in the comments. I am the only one. You can say it out loud. I am the only one. You've never been here before. There will never be another you. And so for this period of time where you're selling whatever courses, coaching, services you have, this is the positioning you should be taking. You are a celebrity. You are a public figure. Grow your brand. Yes, the best. The only one, whoever was or ever will be. I know this, I am Tiana. And I will tell you this, I have become the best because I believed that I was the best. And not because there weren't people better than me when I first started. And I didn't say I was the best from the beginning, but I knew that my desire was to be the top go-to coach in my industry. And now I am. So there's humility, but there's also power, presence, and confidence. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. But I'm not just talking about the mindset behind it. I'm going to talk about 5 consistent things you need to be doing. Somebody put the number 5 in the comments. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you, and I would definitely close out all windows. Get ready. I'm about to pack this down. Now, also, you need to be aware at the end of this call, I'm going to be offering 5 scholarship spots to give you my quarter 1 pricing, which I've sold out of. And I actually wasn't going to still offer it, but with 2 days left of March, I had it on my heart today that I'm going to share at the end of this 5 amazing scholarship case study packages. So you want to be tuning in if you want to grab those because they will sell out by tomorrow or today even. So here's the 5 C's. I'm going to give them to you and we're going to break them down. Write this down, okay? So before I introduce myself fully and before I tell you why I know what I'm doing in this area, because that actually is important. It's actually important that you understand what I'm about to share with you comes from 25 years in the industry, about 24 actually, in power plays in marketing, in music business, across the world, with entrepreneurs, with my own businesses, with record labels, with TV, film, and radio. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today are my industry secrets, okay? So here's the 5 C's. Write them down and we're going to get started. Consistent branding. Type it in the comments. Branding. This is how you position yourself with power. Who wants to be more powerful? Type power in the comments. Type the number 2 if you want to be more powerful. Consistent posting. That's right. This is not about inconsistent posting, somebody posting once a week. You're not going to get paid. Consistent posting means you get paid. Consistent messaging. That means that everything that you're talking about, the words you are using are talking directly to your dream clients. Consistent messaging. Consistent calls to action. There are 3 calls to action we're going to talk about, and these should be on your website. These should be integrated into all of your social media and your email marketing. And consistent client delivery. Because when you show up and you have amazing, consistent customer service and client client delivery, you're going to be bomb. You're going to get return clients. It's a lot cheaper to have a return client and to have referrals than it is to constantly be getting new leads and new sales. Now, I'm all about new leads and new sales and expansion, but when you have consistent client delivery, that's showing your heart that you really love and care about the people that you're bringing on. It's not just about that bringing them on, it's that you're willing to take them all the way through. Who's excited about today's power positioning? Put a number 11, 2 ones, because we're number 1. 2 ones makes 11. And if somebody says on a scale of 1 to 10, how into it you should be today, I hope that you would say 11. I got pumped up. I got dressed up. I had a lot of coffee. I was on my own mastermind calls learning amazing new things. So I'm so excited to be here with you today. I want to share a little bit more about who I am and who I've worked with today, because I think it's very important to be qualified in the things that you talk about. I'm not into faking it. When I work with my clients, typically they're people who are already experts in their field. There's a reason I charge what I charge. There's a reason I get results. So here's who I am. I started in the music business at 11 years old. By 16, I was already getting paid gigs at festivals that grown adults. Even my coach was like, I don't know if you're going to get that, Tiana. And I got paid immediately. Get paid. Somebody put it in the comments, please, right now. Get paid. Learn and earn. I definitely wasn't like, I'm the best of the world. My goal is always to strive to be the best. There's a difference. I wanted to be the best singer-songwriter I could be. I got voice lessons. When I wanted to learn flute lessons. And for any of you out there trying to figure out everything on your own, like, you're never gonna be the best if you think that you can do it on your own. That's just the truth. So whenever I want to up level in something, I get help. I get a coach. I was with my fitness coach this morning. I have a mindset coach that I talked to yesterday. I do not do this alone. Okay. And I am here to help you not do this well. So I'm really grateful you're here today. I got paid in the music business. I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston. I got paid up there. I became a studio singer, and I also taught music, and I did production. I always had this heart that I wanted to get paid doing what I love. Put that in the comments, please. I want to get paid doing what I love. And if you want to get paid, then you want to get paid well enough to pay your bills and to have an abundance. We don't just want to survive. We want to thrive, right? So that's the goal here. These are going to be the skills I'm teaching you. I went to California. I worked at Sony Records in the A&R department and marketing, and I learned a ton through that process. Started my own record label, went on tour around the whole United States. I've been featured on top radio stations, TV, film. I got paid when a lot of my people out there were working other jobs, and I was like, I'm not going to pay to play these California things. It's a whole culture there that you actually, as a musician, would have to pay for these gigs. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to get paid. I'm a professional. So I would find gigs. I would be creative. I would submit my PR. And I will tell you guys right now, before I even got my master's degree in marketing, and after doing all that, it was a can-do attitude that set me apart. So put it in the comments, a can-do creative attitude, the WIT baby, whatever it takes attitude. And that is what I write down on the people I want to work with. I don't want to work with people who even just pay me and then don't show up. That's no fun for me. I want all of it. And all of that means investment, return on investment, having fun, making more than enough money so you can buy the clothes you want to buy, the jewelry you want to buy, go on the trips you want to go in, funded by your passion business. So then after that, I ended up having a baby. We moved to the Central Coast of California, and I got my master's degree in marketing during that whole time, pregnant with my second child. And all along, I was monetizing myself. Put that in the comments. Monetize yourself. I build websites, I build funnels, I teach marketing. But let me tell you something. I build all that so that you can monetize yourself. There is no point to the beautiful branding if you don't know how to go and ask for the sale and know what you're selling. And that's why yesterday we talked about high ticket packaging, high ticket value, so that you know what you're selling. So when you show up on social media, that's why that came first. You know what you're bringing to the table is life-changing. Once I got my master's degree in marketing, I started promoting myself to some local businesses because partly I wanted to get back in shape after having my second baby. I approached a Pilates studio. I said, hey, could I just make $150 a month? Because at that time, that was a lot of money to me. So just so you know, We got to change our money mindset. That's what I talked about on day one. And then she paid me and I got free Pilates. Do you know what happened? You guys ready for it? Through my social media marketing from all those years ago. This is when I was still convincing people that they needed to be on Facebook and Instagram wasn't even going yet. I helped her fill her studio through email marketing, the website I built her, in Facebook, and without any paid ads. Okay. Other clients like Warner Brothers called me to promote their very famous acts. They went out of house marketing, heard about me, and called me. And I blew up their artists, their country artists on tour. One of them, there's some very big names, you'd know them. And I took his following from 200,000 to 1.2 million in 12 days with my 3 posts a day method that I still teach to this day. 1.2 million following instead of 200,000. That's like 5 timesing it without paid advertising. There is a psychology of love of what I'm about to teach you. And it's combined with heart-centered marketing, value-based marketing, and the consistent power positioning I'm talking about. Type the number 7 in the comments if you're ready to learn about this method right now. I'm drawing back the curtains, and then I'm going to tell you about what it really takes to get there. I am not into baloney. I am not into fluff. I'm into giving you the real deal stuff. I'm not into coming on here with all these case studies. You can go to my website and see all my case studies. I think I have 2 more coming in today. You can watch those videos later. What I want to do is give you the goods. I believe in proving myself. So I've been flown around the world. I've been hired by top people. My planner, I have a freedom planner, which was based on daily scheduling and social media scheduling and doing it all written down and combining technology. And that also, I had offers on that I turned down at the time from 2 very large companies. Okay. So some of these things, because of NDAs and stuff, I cannot share, but I will tell you, like, that's the truth. And you can find me. I've done work with NBC, Berklee College of Music. I've been on VH1. I've been across the country on radio shows. Actually, I've been on global radio shows, and all of that, I did it myself, friends. And why I'm sharing that is a lot of times people think they have to hire PR marketing firms and do all that or have managers. But at that time, my weakness was that I did not have the money for that. And so my weakness became a strength because I figured it out myself. And now I am so blessed to tell you that I have strategies and systems that you can do in part-time hours to not only monetize yourself, but I'm telling you, you can get yourself on the biggest podcasts, the biggest TV shows. However, you need to have some consistent things we're going to talk about today in place in order to do that. Who's ready? Let's jump right in. Now that I feel like so proven and you understand that I'm like kind of famous and totally a big deal, just like you. My boyfriend is always saying, like, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm like, you're like totally a big deal. And each of you is a big deal. And I want you to start to see yourself that way. And this is the way I teach social media marketing, which we're going to touch on today. And we're going to touch on more of that tomorrow. And how do you take people off social media onto a sales call? So today, let's position yourself in a new way. I'm going to take a look at things. And actually at the end, if I have some time, because I have screen share, I actually can audit I can take some audits of Facebook, of Instagram. Yeah, but I can offer that to everybody that shows up here after this call today. I'm going to make some really special offers. Who's ready? Type the number 11 in the comments right now if you're ready. I want to see the 11s filling it up. 11. Want to go to level 11. What song is that? Like, I've been trying to figure out what song that is. I think it's an Ariana Grande song for like a week. So 11s. Yes. Okay, let's go. One is, type it. I would really write this down. Consistent branding. Now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to just jump on in. You guys ready for this? Okay, I'm going to go share my screen. I'm just doing a screen share of what we do is what we do. What does consistent branding mean? Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to show you my brand kit in Canva. Now I fill my clients' brand kits with this too. Notice that. So I have my Tiana Smith stuff and then my 6-figure club. They still correspond. This is the fonts. These are some subheadings, and this is just a screenshot view of what that looks like. If you come over here to Facebook, you're going to see that my branding is going to look the same whether we're on Facebook, whether we're on Instagram. Okay, this is what I mean by branding. It's the feeling, it's the colors, it's the fonts, it's the vibe across all platforms. Instagram's kind of fun. You can kind of mix things up a little, but do you notice there's a vibe colors that are the same? Let me know yes or no in the comments. If you're with me, let me know that there is a vibe of a feeling of not just words you feel, but you're understanding that it's all congruent. If we go to my website, which is tianasmithcoaching.com, you can see it's the same font, same colors, same pictures. There's a vibe. Okay. So put a number 1 in the comments if you know what I'm talking about and you get it. Okay. You get it. Number 1 in the comments. That is the consistent branding and messaging. Now, the other thing we need to talk about is consistent posting. I'm actually going to switch up my thing. We're going to talk about consistent posting after consistent messaging. Messaging is the words you use. So we talked about fonts, colors, and like your logo, right? That this is a logo. This other one is one second. Let me go put these by each other. These are logos. Everybody with me? Type in a yes or no in the comments if you're with me. Okay, so now though, let's talk about consistent messaging. Messaging is the words you use, what it is you do. I teach coaches and course creators to go 6 figures with online systems, created multiple 6 to 7 figure launches. And when we go to any of these things, everything you're going to talk about, you're going to hear me talk about 6 figure club. You're going to talk about marketing checklists. I'm also very much into positivity. So some of my themes are adventure, fun, monetization, and really marketing, right? So those are the vibes I want to give off. There's a vibe, there's a feeling. That's kind of integrity into who I am. But then there is a business approach that's very important. Your go-to get it done business coach and funnel strategist for coaches, course creators, and businesses. Same thing on Facebook. 6-figure launch bootcamp. This is about this week here, but this is it. Done for you branding, design, and funnels, VIP, one-on-one, high-touch business and monetization strategist. So you want to really dive in deep and make sure that everywhere somebody finds you, it's very consistent from fonts, colors, the words you're using. Okay, so put that in your checklist. Type the number 1 in the comments if you are ready to dive into that. Now, the third part is consistent posting. All right, guys, there's a thing called algorithms. If you know how to spell it, put it in the comments. Otherwise, you can Google it. What an algorithm means, and let me come back here, and I just want to talk face-to-face for a minute before we keep going on that, is an algorithm means that Google and Facebook and Instagram. Well, Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. So, I mean, really, Facebook and Google is where a lot of us are going to be making our money. There's also LinkedIn things. But Pinterest, Google, and Facebook are really the big search engines. And then your website SEO, your search engine optimization. And there's little bots that go online. If you just picture this whole thing like the Matrix, and they tag each other and they're all interconnected. So social media feeds into your website and blog posts and podcasts, it all touches together. I can't fully explain it except in that kind of very basic way because I didn't make it. I still don't understand how phones work, let alone that I'm video streaming right now to multiple sites. I mean, I'm amazed by technology. But what I can know is that you got to play the game. So if you want to play the game and you want to win the game, who likes to play a game and lose? Definitely don't want to lose. And what losing means to me in business is that I don't have enough money at the end of the month to have savings, to have freedom, and to continue in my business. That's losing to me personally. So I want to make sure that I always stay in business, which means I need to monetize, which means if whatever little games I need to play in order to stay in front of more people, because more leads equals more sales. Let's keep it really simple right now. More good leads equals more awesome sales. More leads, more sales. Put that in the comments. More leads, more sales. Okay. So this is essential. So how do you get more leads? Well, this is what I'm telling you. Consistent posting 3 times a day. Do it. And one thing that I do, and I will share with you here on my screen is, on my social media, let's see if you can see it. I have a menu. It's hard to do it with a screen. Let's go this way. I feel like a weather person. Do you guys see that? It's like a block. Make a block with all your social media things. I post the same thing. This is what I teach my clients. So when we do in-depth training, I teach them exactly how to post the 3 posts. I actually share all my Canva templates. I'm going to briefly go over it for you guys today. So I told you I'm going to pull back the curtain. But this is the one-on-one and small group mastermind stuff I do for my clients. But I'm telling you right now, it's 3. The magic number is 3. And there are 3 kinds of posts. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to come here and come back to your checklist. So on the checklist today, so day 1, again, let's review, was your systems. Day 2 yesterday was talking about your goal setting for your packages and how do you actually put together your high ticket package. Who did all this? Put a number 1 in the comments if you did all this. Awesome job if you did. This is on you to do, right? Number 3, your daily marketing checklist. Now, this is what I'm talking about. These are the kinds of posts that you need to be consistently posting. You also need to be consistently messaging people. I put 10, but I just want you to know every 7-figure coach I've worked with says 100. So if you are not going to make the capacity and time to do that, then you need to find somebody who's going to help you. Okay, because I can say 10 and I say it from a low level if you're just getting started. But the truth is, every 7-figure mastermind I've worked with is 100 personal messages a day. I'm not talking about spamming. I'm talking about you're growing your network. Just remember, larger network means larger net worth. So part of celebrityism is that, if you guys have all seen this, where somebody gets famous in one area, right? They could be a singer, they could be an actor. Now, what they end up doing is they use their celebrity factor to diversify into other business endeavors so they can make more money. As an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a coach, a course creator, you also can do this. However, you got to hone in on that one thing that's going to help make you like industry famous. Okay. You want to be industry famous. And in order to be industry famous, you got to be super consistent and you got to be super in front of people all the time. Think about celebrities when they're launching a movie. You see them everywhere, right? You see them everywhere. They're interviewing. They do these crazy, go watch the awesome movie Notting Hill, which I'm super excited because I've been to Notting Hill. I did a photo shoot there. Actually, if you've seen any of my pictures, were in front of a red door. That was in Notting Hill, because that was actually, I was invited there for a huge, well, it was a very small event, a very expensive event, just for a weekend. And I did a photo shoot there, and I get to take my kids there this summer. So I'm very excited. But why I'm sharing that is that Notting Hill, that sometimes when you watch these movies, I really want you to be more aware of yourself as an entrepreneur and as a coach or a course creator. Like, all that work that celebrity is doing, they're doing that because that's going to multiply people watching their movies and making more money. And it also boosts them up as a celebrity. Remember, they're all in competition with each other too. You guys have seen it where different actors and actresses audition for the same part. You've heard about the people who turn down the role in Friends and kick themselves the rest of their life. Have you guys ever heard of that? Put a number 5 in the comments. You know what I'm talking about. So you need to treat yourself like you are a celebrity. And this is what gives me an edge, having started my career in the music business all those years ago. My first singing coach, who was somebody who coached Celine Dion and Whitney Houston, he was one of the top in the whole world. And he was my first singing and business coach at 16 years old. I'm very blessed by that. Prepared for me to get to go to a music college that a lot of people did not get into. And it was because of my preparation, my can-do attitude, my humbleness to say, I don't know what I'm doing here and I really need help. And I'm telling you that attitude is what is required in your career. It's like saying, if you look back at the last year and you're not making what money you want to make, and if you can look at Q1 here and you've not hit those 10K months or even 20K, then what's going to change? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So when I hear people say, I'm just going to keep plugging away, but they're not getting the results. Well, you're right. You're not my ideal client, because I'm really into people who are done being done with all that. And that's who I am. Like, I invest in myself. I constantly push myself, and it is uncomfortable. The fears come up like, what if I invest all this and it doesn't work? But you know what's really cool? I'm 40 now and it's never not worked out. And I love that. It actually helps me become so much more confident, because I know now I can look back and know there were so many times I was like, oh my goodness, I think that my car is going to be repossessed. And honestly, it has been twice. One time was during my divorce, and one time was when I was in college and my family went through bankruptcy and I was on the street in Boston. I had no cash. My car was taken away from me. That wasn't my fault, but I was left with the consequences of it. What did I do? I took a taxi to a Saturn dealership outside of Boston, and I just prayed to God I would get approved. I called ahead of time and I was like, I think I can figure this out. And I've lived as an entrepreneur since I was 19, and 16 started making money. I don't count that fully because I was still at home, but I was on my own since 18. And why I'm sharing all this with you is this: I've not had a backup plan. I've not had another stream of and so when I share these things, and I mean, there's been times where I had a support check. I don't anymore. There's been times that I was married and there was contributing things, not now and not for a long time. I don't have any of those things. This is it for me. And even when I was younger, I was 19, like I said, trying to figure out how to get a vehicle, getting my own music entrepreneurial thing. I did not have a backup plan. And again, your weakness can become your power. Like when I didn't have the money to hire PR and marketing, I learned PR and marketing, and now I'm an expert and I'm able to help so many people. Like the roles switch. The labels that I wanted to be a part of hire me to market their businesses. The music events that need help get me now. I help them make way more money than they invest. My entrepreneur friends that I used to bend over backwards to be like, will you please buy from me, are begging to buy from me. And that can happen for you. I only share this because for most of my life, I felt unworthy. I felt like I had to keep proving myself to everybody. And I've done so much work in my heart and my soul and been blessed by God that now I feel like this is the power positioning. You're not proving yourself to anybody. You are who you are. You're willing to do what it takes. And one thing about me is that has always been there is if I didn't know the answer, I would figure it out. So that's that whatever it takes attitude. Somebody type in the comments, WIT, whatever it takes. And that's the attitude you got to have. And when you burn your boats and you don't look back, you're like, it is working out for me. It is out for me. And even if there's been tough times or you've lost something, you can rebuild. No person and no thing is you're not dependent on it. Your destiny is not tied to that. Your destiny is tied to you and your faith and your belief in you. And something crazy cool happens when you go all in on yourself and you show up day in, day out, and you show up and you do the marketing and you show up and you do 100 messages a day or 3 posts a day, and you're like, it works out. And then you're filled up with this incredible practice. You didn't even pay for advertising, and all these people are filling your inbox, and it always works. It always works. I have run these Facebook boot camps where I teach just this thing that I'm teaching you today over the course of 5 days. And every single time it works for a startup entrepreneur or somebody who's already been making money. So that excites me because I know what I'm teaching you right now for a fact works. So you don't need to go somewhere and wonder how to do something. You can listen to what I'm saying. I can teach you exactly what to do, and you will make that money. The only reason you're not going to is if you don't go all in on yourself. Who's ready today to go all in on themselves? Before I tell you these last 2 points. So consistent posting to play the game and to win this game is 3 posts a day. And there are 3 kinds of posts that I'm going to give you a secret right now. This is my trademark method. I'm filing a trademark. It's called my 3-10-10-3. And what it is, it's a video tip of the day, 1 minute. It's some kind of branded, either business, motivation, reminder, but it's a branded piece of content so that helps your logo, your colors, you as a brand grow. Again, this is your own PR, which is you getting in front of as many people as possible. And then the third one is like a selfie lifestyle behind the scenes. And if you commit to those kind of 3 posts a day, 5-6 days a week, and showing up and messaging 100 people a day, adding 10 people, and even if you just started with 10, if you went and you started with 10 and you said, okay, for 30 days, I'm going to do 10. The next 30 days, I'm going to do 20. The next 30 days, I'm going to do 30. And you yourself up to 100. You can do it in steps as well. But the point is you'll get there faster if you just go there faster. That's just the truth. Somebody think of a mountain, friends. Okay. Like think about right now, I'm thinking of Kung Fu Panda. And anybody watch that? And there's the steps that he's going up and he's like, ah. So what if every day, like, somebody beside you said, like, I'm going to go up 10 steps a day. And the next person beside them said, I'm going to go up 20. And the other person said, I'm going to go up 30. So in 3 days, one guy's gone up 90 and the other one's gone up. So the 10 has gone up 30, the 20's gone up 60, and the other one's gone up 90. They start to separate, my friends, and that's called the slight edge. This is what consistency does. Imagine if you said, I'm just going to do 100 a day. I don't care how long it takes. Or you set a 2-hour timer. For 2 hours, I'm going to message as many people as possible. And because you're saying, like, if somebody is working full time for other people, there's an absolute cap about how much money you're going to make. I don't know how much money you make. That's on you. That's between you and you and your partner and you and your family. But what I'm saying is, with this online business stuff, you are the one who's capping yourself. And that's the scary part, right? So let's talk about, how do you uncap that? How do you get past that? And right now I'm going to tell you it's massive action. I'm a huge fan of the Grant Cardone 10X factor. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this too. When I was first starting in business, I was absolutely willing and excited. If he said post 10 times a day, I was like, I'm going to post 10 times a day. I didn't know what I was doing. So there was like a time there I was posting 10 times a day for myself, and it bursted me onto the scene, because what happens is that many more people see you, and people think this, it's subconscious. Are you ready for it? Imagine going to the gym and somebody sees you day in, day out. They're like, that person's consistent. And what if on social media, whether they're thinking of buying from you or not, they keep seeing you show up? Have you guys seen me show up? Do you keep seeing my face everywhere? Like, oh my goodness, Tiana's everywhere. I'm like, that's right. That's called celebrity, baby. And even if you're not ready to buy from me, you're like, when I'm ready, that woman is who I'm going to buy from, because she has shown up consistently for free. Wonder what it would be like to work with her. Of course, it's going to be amazing. It is amazing. I have a next level one-on-one support thing. Part of my specialty is giving you the best support you've ever received in business ever. And that's what my clients brag about. And that's why I love them. And I love to do it. But I charge the rates I charge so that I can show up in that kind of way. And I've earned that. Now you get to earn and you get to show up in the way that you want to show up. If you want to be inconsistent and you want to post once a day or once every few days and you want to whine and make excuses, cool. You're not going to make money. And I don't really want to work with you. Neither do the people that you say you want to work with. That's just that, friends. But if you show up and you're like, that's it, I'm done with inconsistent me. I'm done with excuses. I'm done with complaining and explaining why I don't have time to go into my business. If you don't have time to show up for your own business, then why do you even want clients? Like, these are some questions I would like to ask you today. Okay, so I'm about love. I'm about the things, but that is love. That's truth. That's honesty. I'm not going to be here. That's like, yeah, when you get to it, get to it. I was on a call actually, and like somebody was like, yeah, I think I'm going to launch in like 3 months from now, 6 months from now. Maybe I want 1 or 2 clients. This was not a client of mine. And I'm like, why are you even in business? That's not the mentality of growing a legacy. If you want to be in real business and go 6 figures, have an extra 6 figures in the next 90 days, put 100K in 90 days in the comments right now. 100K, 90 days, 100K, 90 days. How would that feel? And let's say you said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trust it's going to work out. I'm going to message 100 people a day. I'm going to post 3 times a day for 100 days. No breaks, no days off. Do you not think that when you hit 100K, or even if you hit 80K and you did more money and more flow and more fun than you've ever done in your business, and you also scheduled an incredible vacation for 90 days from now that you'll of course be able to pay for, and you put the tickets on like hold, and you put the hotels on hold, maybe it's pay later, and you worked towards that and you saw that every day, and then you proved to yourself that you could grow this amazing business? Yeah, that's possible for you. The only reason it's not happened is because you've not showed up consistently. And that's okay. You can forgive yourself. It's a new day. Great. New day, new way. Write it in the comments. New day, new way. So I have this tattoo. It's a 0 and 100. And what it is it's 0 excuses, 0 explaining, 0 complaining, 0 justifying. And the 100 means go at 100%, everything you do. And those two numbers, 0 and 100, show up in like everything. When I've even been marketing things, it's like I told you, it's the same things that people hear. So I'm going to challenge you to write that down on something. Are you ready to stop explaining or complaining or justifying yourself in any capacity? Stop gossiping. To stop giving yourself an out. And you know what happens when you do that for you? Everything in your whole life changes. And even if you show up and you give 100% and you message 20 people a day, if that was your goal, and you did that, you're like, I'm going to do it for these 90 days. Do you understand that you will reap? You always reap what you sow. You always reap what you sow. This is a universal law. So if you go out and you take 100 steps instead of the person beside you taking 10, every day you're getting 90 steps ahead of that person. Isn't that crazy? I think it's so beautiful. We can control so much. So just remember how much you actually are in control of your life and of your dreams. So let's talk about consistent. We talked about consistent posting. Let's talk about consistent calls to action. I'm going to share my screen again. Let's come here. What's a consistent call to action? There's 3 calls to action you should always have. One is to join a list. So this is like, let's say it's on Instagram, or let's say it's over here on my website. Down here at the bottom, like a free gift, that's joining your email list. You want to always have something that you need to ask for people's name and email, because your email list is your gold. Put that in the comments. Your email list is an asset. You do not own Facebook. You do not own Instagram. You do not own any social media. Let's see, this is submitting. And then you also it's not going to play right now. So that's number 1 is your email list. And the same on your Instagram. See how I also do calls to action over here, and the same on Facebook. It's just you can see it better on Instagram. So you want to always be having that call to action. The second call to action is a sales call to action. Direct message me now, say I'm ready. Let's chat today. One message. You got to be getting on sales calls, friend. That's just the way it is. If you're selling high ticket, which is the only thing that I sell, I give away everything else. If it's on high ticket, you can get into my group for free. You can have my amazing 30 days of training for free. This thing you're learning from me right now is free. I'm not charging anything less than $2,000 a month, or $15K to $20K pay in full, or with payment plans for my one-on-one, because I have done this for over 20 years, right? So I've got that. If you don't, it's fine, but you can still charge $1,000 for something, $2,000. So these are sales calls to action. It's not sending them to a checkout page. That's like really low conversion, but I just want you to see that. So the third call to action would be a direct sale. Let's say I was selling something cheaper, like a course or something like that, and I would do that. But I've not sold anything low ticket in a while. I am going to be offering some of my courses again soon, which are built out, but I really more advertise and push, get on the email list, get on a sales call with me, or like that's a contact call to action, CTA call to action, meaning you're literally saying what it is you want them to do. Or 3, if you do have something it's lower ticket, like a planner, like when I have my planners before, it's only $30 or $50. Anything under like $1,000 is pretty low ticket in this day and age, and definitely under $100. So those things, that's the sales call to action if you actually wanted to automate that sale. And so those are your consistent calls to action, because again, you got to get people on the list. That's always your number 1 at the forefront, because people don't buy usually right away. It usually takes 6 to 12 touches just to get them on your email list. Put that in the comments. 6 to 12 touches just to get them on your email list. Okay. So then the 5th consistent thing. So we've gone consistent branding, consistent messaging. That's the word you use. The branding is your colors, your pictures, your smiling face, the logos, the fonts, messaging, the words you use, how you talk about it, who you're talking to. Consistent posting. We said 3 times a day minimum. Consistent calls to action. That's your call to action to sign your email list, the call to action to get on a sales call with you, or the call to action directly to a sales page. And then consistent client delivery and consistent customer support. That's where you just deliver, man. That's only 20% of your time. This is where people are getting this all twisted. 80% of your time needs to be on these other things. And that's why there's 4 out of 5. Do you see that? 4 out of 5. That's marketing and sales, baby. 80% of your time is that. That's what everybody who's in sales and marketing will tell you. And 20% is client delivery. I hear it everywhere. Every book, every mastermind, everything says the same thing. But what's happening is most people are not successful in making the 6 and 7 figures is because you're not being courageous enough. Would you like the truth bomb right here? Put a number yes in the comments if you're ready for the truth bomb. Let's talk about the reality of this. This is what we're going to talk about. And this is why I focus on this in my program. It's about being afraid to ask for a sale. Let's be honest, because that's your fear of rejection, and you got to deal with it, and you got to just overcome it with strength, with courage, and with support and help. And that's why I actually focus in on part of I have a whole sequence that's called Attract Clients in the 6-Figure Club, and that literally guides you through doing all this. I actually give you the sales call to do, how to get on calls, how to easily do this without spamming people. It's a whole system. You don't need to spam anyone. You don't need to chase anybody. This is about positioning yourself with power. This is why the consistency, the things I just talked to you about. So then when it comes time to sales time, you actually know what to do. And a lot of this is strategy, and everybody's just really scared of the word sales for some some reason. I'm not afraid to make a sale, to ask for the sale. I'm also not afraid to buy stuff. Who loves to buy stuff? Put in the comments if you love to purchase things you love. Who loves to buy things? That's the store getting the sale. That's Amazon getting the sale. We're not afraid of sales. Why are you afraid to ask for the sale? So these are the mindset things we go into in my 6-figure club. Okay. So those are your 5 consistent things for today. Just so you guys can see, this is the group. This is the marketing checklist that I talk about this. There's also a weekly marketing checklist. I've given you guys some bonuses. We'll talk a little bit about this and more of the social media marketing and the sales stuff tomorrow. And then on day 5, I'm going to really talk about like the daily habits checklist. Like this is all in the free offer. I've never given this away for free. It's only going to be free this week. And all the replays are also on in the group that I'm in, but they're also on a page that's only for this week. That will be a low ticket offer for me next week, even though it's super high value. It's something I could absolutely charge $2,000-$3,000 for this training. I'm giving the worksheets. I'm giving the step-by-step diving into it. So it will be for sale after this week. But if you are jumping in on this weekend, through this weekend, I will leave this up for you through Sunday. So if you wanted to plan out your 90 days and catch up on all this, that's what you can do. But let's talk about my scholarship. Are you guys ready? So what I've only got 6 spots that are selling out, and I'm offering them at crazy case study pricing. So usually my 6-figure club is $19.97 a month, or you can pay in full for the entire year for $15K. But here's what I'm offering. I have just 4 spots in the 6-figure club for April. That's it. You start on Monday. The system's already up. Our training's already up. I have crazy support. I'm willing to get on a call with you. So you can message me right now if you want this. And here's what I'm offering for people. This is the group one. And then I have 2 spots for one-on-one. I'm going to tell you my offer right now if you want early bird on this. You can get 50% on that. The first 4 people to message me, I'm going to give it to you for $1,000. You can lock in that rate for the whole year, which would be $12,000 for the year. Or if you pay in full, you can do it for $7,500 today only. So usually April 1st on Friday, when I make this sales pitch again, it will be $15K pay in full. It will be either $19.97 for the entire, for one, if you need a payment plan, or $15K pay in full, which is still a case study price point at that point. But for the first 4 people who message me today, you will actually get into the club for only $1,000 a month, or you could pay for the entire year for only $7,500. This is a program that other people charge 30, 40, 50K for. My whole dream, though, is to help 100 people get their first 6-figure year and then get into their first 6-figure month. And I walk you through that. And you can do that this year with me. You still have 3 quarters left to 2022, and you absolutely can get to a 6-figure year. And you could even get to a 6-figure month if you take some massive action, which doesn't even amount to a full-time job. It's amazing. So you have to message me right now. And that's literally just for today only. That's for 4 people. Tomorrow, the price is back to the other price point, which is $19.97 a month when I talk about this on Friday, April 1st, because that is the April pricing. And that rate will even go up. I will not be offering even a $15K pay in full. And the other thing you'll get if you pay in full is you will get a 60-minute session with me where we will actually map out your next price point. So if you need $10K a month, I will map that out for you in 60 minutes. Again, I only have 4 spots for this. So you're going to save like $12,000, and you're going to have support for a year, and you're going to get a 60-minute mapping session with me. It's a crazy deal. Only 4 people. I want to help 4 people out. And then the other 2 spots I have to offer. Yeah, send me a message right now if you want to chat about it. Like, send me a private message and we will jump on a call today. This is a today only deal. I'm making time today. That's the way it is. This is an urgency thing. It's because I want to help 4 people really get there and get you going. Because if 15K sounds too much, I think that there's 4 people who can do 7,500, and you can do a call with me. My clients like Amy, and she's going to be uploading a video testimonial of all kinds of video testimonials. You can go to TianaSmithCoaching.com. I've helped people have their first 5-figure launches, their first 6-figure, their first 7-figure. I am an expert in this field. I get called in to do sales for some of these top celebrity coaches and to sales consult them and their teams. That is my specialty. So not only am I a funnel tech woman, I am a sales expert, but I'm not a sales expert from the sense of I've not even studied it that much. I love it because I love with people, and I love bringing the value and helping my clients bring the value to their packages so that it's just easy, right? So then the other two spots that I have is a one and done package. Now, as of Friday, the pay in full for that will be 20K or it'll be 30K on a price point, because you get the year in the club and you get 12 weeks one-on-one with me to get your 3 needed funnels up, which is always a website, free offer funnel, if you're selling a course, and a sales call qualification funnel. It's really 4. And that's usually going to be 30K for the whole year. You can do like a 6 pay of 5K, or 20K pay in full. That's Friday. It will be 20K. If I do have 2 spots though, when they're sold, they're sold. I don't even know when I'm going to open this up again. I'm going to do it today though, where you can either do a 3 pay of 5K or a 12,500 pay in full, which was my last price point, which I sold out of like a month ago. But I had 2 spots reopen. We launched a bunch of people. And so if you would like that price point, which is definitely more than half off, this is today only pricing. I'd love to just fill my 6 spots today. I'd love to be done with April enrollment until May. I'm not going to be enrolling until May again. So you will not get to work with me or my club unless you enroll this week. That's just the way it is. I'm closing enrollment. We have a lot of onboarding, but I really want to help people. So I know that you're here and you can get all this week for free. The videos will be down this weekend though. I definitely show up. I give you those minute tips of the day, but this is very inclusive coaching. My group coaching includes all my templates to my funnels. It includes my templates to my plug and play email automation. It includes Canva templates. So all these things that I'm sharing with you, your stuff would look that level. That's what I do. I take you to the 7-figure Lux level so that you compete with the highest of the high in the whole world. And then we also get you totally set up with coaching. Monday is strategy with me. Tuesday is Tech Tuesday with my amazing funnel builder, Gerald. He coaches, answers any questions about if you want to know how to change a button, if you want to know how to run your course behind the scenes. This is not just done for you, it's done with you. And it's educational. There are certain things as an entrepreneur you should know how to do. If nobody's available and it's 11 o'clock at night and you're launching the next morning and something breaks, those are certain things I teach you. And then there's certain things that you really just shouldn't learn. Like, not that you shouldn't learn, but it'll take you years to do it. It took me 20 years to really master the whole funnels and the website stuff. And so we're able to shortcut your success. It took me like 15 years to finally hit a 6-figure year. My clients hit it sometimes in 30, 60, 90 days. How exciting. So if you're interested in speeding up your results, don't look at this as a price point. This is an investment. So by investing $1,000 a month for the next year and spending $12,000, if you did the payment plan, you absolutely could make 120K. So literally you will profit 110,000 or so. And if you pay in full, only $7,500, you get access for the entire year and a 60-minute with me. That's crazy. Crazy awesome. And then even the other program, the 12,500 pay in full or 3 pay of 5K, that's like, I'm building all your amazing systems and you can profit from that faster because they're built for you. You don't even have to use my templates. Me and my team build it for you and I coach you. So that's why there's only 2 spots of those, because we do it all hands on with you. This is not a normal mastermind. My unique selling point is I do it with you and I do it for you. I actually help you write your emails. I plug and play emails. So I get so excited about this because I know I'm the only one in the business who does this, because I've never met somebody else who can do the things I do. And part of that is I started very young. I started at 11. I started monetizing at 16. So now that I'm 40, I know it's hard to believe, right? But now that I'm 40, I've been in business for almost 30 years. And I really focused on the thing that I saw people struggle with, which was marketing, monetization, and tech. And so now I put it all together. I systemize it all. I have a team. And so not only do I coach you on what you need to get done, but I actually do it for you. And if you can't afford to have me do it for you at this time, all my funnels are click and play with video walkthroughs. So you don't have to search YouTube and Pinterest and all these different places. You get to come to me and I take you through it step by step. And honestly, in a weekend, you can have your free offer up. In the next month, you could have your landing pages up, your list building, your beautiful Canva and Facebook stuff, and looking like $1 million online. You don't need to keep waiting. You can learn and earn at the same time. And you get to come on every Thursday. I do live coaching like this, but we actually all share a screen. I'll even help you edit something if I have your login information. My brain is Sue brain. Like mi casa is su casa. My brain is your brain when you work with me. I do not draw lines around what I help with. I help you guys. If any of my clients are on here and want to like tell people about what I do, but you guys can go there. I have 2 clients who wanted to submit a video and tell people what I do. The 2 clients that are submitting, just like one of them hired me for an hour because she wasn't sure. We had actually worked together like 8 years ago. And she was like, well, let me see what this whole new thing is. She hired me for an hour, from 1 hour with me. And I don't usually take hours. It's $1,000 just for the hour. So if you guys want that, you can do that too. She hired me for an hour. She implemented the strategies and she made more than she'd made in like years in just next week. It was at the end of December, holiday season and everything. And she's like, all right, Tiana, let's sign up with your big package, right? So she then funded her big package. We did that where I did her website and her free offer funnel. And then she re-signed up for 6 months. And just this last month, she's already hitting this crazy new goal before like we keep upping it. It's like 16K and big amounts. Like it's amazing in part-time hours as she's been traveling, taking care of family. I'm telling it's not also the way that I do business. If you can't tell, is I'm about fun. I'm going in the music studio right now. I'm recording. I'm out in the Nashville area right now and I have a record deal. And so outside of this time, I'm also funding as well as collaborating with producers. And the rest of today, I will be in the studio singing the 3rd song we've been working on for the musical. And we did 3 other songs. One of my songs was on the radio. Once again, this was through an Instagram connection that I messaged, and then he fell in love with my music. He actually contacted me about my videos. I'm telling you, these power positioning is not just about your monthly monetization. If you have goals to be an author, if you have goals to be a best-selling author, to be on radio and TV, to be on media, these are the things you need for that because that's my expertise. So I bring it to you to make sure you can support yourself to grow to 7 and multi-7 figures. So I'm so excited just to get to talk about it if you can't tell. And we still have 2 more days. So today is kind of my soft launch. I told you would have a sales call to action. And this is just the truth of the matter. I know for a fact that you're going to go a lot faster if you work with me. And that's like a guarantee. And the other thing is there is a guarantee. You stay in the group coaching method until you double your investment. There is no risk on this. There are no returns and there are no refunds, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Because the thing is, I give you the goods. I always deliver because I'm a woman of integrity and of my word, and you are protected. And then also though, if for some reason it took you a little longer, you stay in the group coaching until you get that return on investment and you double it. How cool is that? I really care about my entrepreneur friends and my coaches. I've been a single mom now for 4.5 years, and my business is what funded me and made it so that I could do these things. So all those years ago, when I got my master's in marketing and I learned about these tools, I'm so grateful. I definitely would not have been able to survive with my children on the music income that I had made at the time. And so I take this very serious. I get to work with husbands and wives now, and I get to work with men and women and people of all ages and all stages and all generations, because the core root is that we want to monetize our legacy business and we want to have our family. We want to go and do the things we want with family. But when we're tied to things and people and places that aren't serving us, we cannot do those things. So I am just encouraging you to go all in on yourself. And whether that's with me and the right fit with me, I believe it is. If you vibe with me, I am the 100% right fit because I actually care and I love you. And that's why I'm showing up like this anyway. And I feel so blessed that I get to do this. I get to travel and I get to take care of my children and I get to take care of my clients because of this knowledge. So I can share freely because I've been freely given and I can freely love. So I look forward to hearing from you. I get emotional about it because my life would be totally different without all this. And so I'm so extremely grateful. It's very fun for me to get to do these things. So message me if you're interested. Thank you so much for showing up. Make sure you're in the Facebook group. If you're not in it, message me. That way you can see the replays. You can get on the email list and the replays and the playbook that you have. There's going to be some homework today and just sending you all my 100%. But it's on you. If you have the mentality of 0, 100, that whatever it takes we talked about today, that's what is on you. But if you're there to show up for it, I will take you every step of the way and pour my heart and soul into you as well. So let's do it. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, as we talk about how to get people off social media onto that sales call, that elusive thing. What do you say on it? I'm going to give you the secrets, the walking through the templates. And then on Friday, make sure to definitely schedule your time. I bring it all together and I really simplify all this and share with you the 3 things you just absolutely need to have in place ASAP to start to scale. So I'll see you the next 2 days. Message me if you want that and crazy amazing deal today, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.